Hello everyone, I'm Lily from Shanghai University of Political Science and Law. Today I present to you my paper, Knowledge Flow-Based Semantic Organization of Resources about Foreign Language Learning. My paper mainly includes 6 parts: motivation, related work, representation of a learning resource, organization of learning resources, experiments, and conclusions. My first part is about motivation. With the advent of the big data age, more and more resources about language learning are put on the web and open to the public, such as course websites of universities, learning resources database, MOOCs, etc. A foreign language learner can get the resources not only from his teachers, but also from the web, which contains a large amount of high-quality resources from the first language country. There is so much variety that it's difficult for the beginner or foreign language learner to obtain the appropriate resources from such massive online learning resources. How to help the beginner to do this? Now, many methods have been proposed to help users find the learning resources more easily and exactly. The search engines such as Google, Bing, Baidu, etc. are the most popular tools. Recommendation systems provide more exact results for the users based on some semantic computing technologies, such as replacing keyword matching with similar computing, organizing resources in semantic forms, and recommending related resources based on the association relations. The organization of the data is the foundation of the system, but there exist shortcomings of the current organization structure. One is the lack of proper sequence of knowledge resources. Both the linear index structure employed by the search engines and the semantic index employed by recommendation system don't hold the knowledge sequence of learning resources. The other is isolated islands of learning resources. There are some isolated islands in resources. Their utilization rates are very low. When a resource is at a tail index sequence, the possibility accessible is very low. This paper proposes a new semantic organization of learning resources, knowledge flow-based semantic organization structure, which organizes the learning resources in the form of knowledge flow and provides learners with learning resources in the form of knowledge flow. The framework of knowledge flow-based service of learning resources is shown in the figure, which is mainly composed of 5 parts: knowledge flow-based organization of learning resources, model of extracting information, model of building FCMs, model of generating knowledge flows, knowledge flow-based searching service of learning resources. The second part about my related work. My related work falls into 2 categories. The firstly, representation of a learning resource. Most of learning resources on the web are shown as documents, which can be presented by a vector space model, fuzzy cognitive map, and so on. In this paper, FCM is used as the basic representation model of foreign language learning resources. Secondly, the semantic organization of learning resources. Because learning resources are usually documents, they can be organized by the same methods as those of web content organization. Some techniques are employed to settle the problems of semantic association of learning resources, such as URI, XML, RDF, OWL, etc. In this paper, semantic link network is used as a basic tool to organize knowledge flows of learning resources. The third part of my paper is representation of learning resource based on fuzzy cognitive map. Because most of the learning resources are documents, or can be converted into documents, we use the fuzzy cognitive map to represent a learning resource document. FCM is a graphical model which is composed of concepts and the relations between concepts. Figure A shows a logic structure of FCM, and structure B shows the storage structure of FCM. Here we give the definition of learning resources based on FCM. A learning resource is formed by attributive keywords and the semantic relations among attributive keywords. In the definition, T is the domain keywords list, P is the attribution set of a learning resource, and RP is the set of semantic relations in P. Given a learning resource, to represent it in the form of definition 1, two major tasks should be fulfilled. The first one is to extract the concepts from the given learning resource. There are many researches on how to extract not keywords or concepts from the document. This paper just takes advantage of the existing methods to do the work. The second one is to mine the semantic relations among keywords or concepts. It's difficult to mine the causal relations among the concepts based on a single document. This paper uses association relation to replace the causal relation among concept nodes. Because the correlation is spatial association relation, easy to mine from document automatically. The first part of organization of learning. The first part of my paper is organization of learning resources based on knowledge flow. To the learning of foreign language, the amount of learning resources is very large. On the contrary, the knowledge points of language are much fewer than learning resources. Each learning resource consists of one or several language points and can be mapped to the basic knowledge points. The knowledge flow can be used to organize both the basic knowledge points and the learning resources. Here, we give the definition of knowledge flow. Knowledge flow is a linear direct graph whose vertices are knowledge points and whose edges are the relations among knowledge points. A sample of knowledge flow network is shown in this figure. The network consists of 11 knowledge points. For example, Cap1, Cap4, Cap10, Cap11 is a knowledge flow with 4 knowledge points, which indicates know what the best learning route should be. The building processes of knowledge flow are as follows. Step 1. Mine knowledge points from learning resource. This can be realized by the concept extraction method. Step 2. Verify the mined knowledge points by domain experts. In foreign language learning, they may be the teachers. Step 3. Mine the association relations among knowledge points. This can be realized by association relation mining method, such as a priori. Step 4. Connect knowledge points by the association relations mined in Step 3 and get the initial knowledge points. Step 5. Verify the knowledge flows by domain experts. In foreign language learning, they may be the teachers. Based on knowledge flow, we give the definition of knowledge flow network. Knowledge flow network is a set of knowledge points and their knowledge flows. Kp is a set of knowledge points and Kf is a set of knowledge flows in Kp. The fifth part of my paper is about experiments. We designed 2 experiments to validate the proposed methods. One is used to evaluate the accuracy of knowledge flows construction, and the other is to evaluate effectiveness of happiness of a proposed method in improving the foreign language learning. First, I introduce the first experiment. experiment on the construction of knowledge flow network. This experiment is designed to evaluate the accuracy of knowledge flows construction method. In this experiment, we select the college English learning, which is a required course in Chinese university, as a learning task. This experiment process consists of 7 steps. Figure A shows the effectiveness of a knowledge points extraction method. It shows the increase of accuracy of knowledge points after they are optimized by domain experts. The result also reflects the accuracy of knowledge points extraction method. Figure B shows the amount of knowledge flows is influenced by the threshold of association relation. Obviously, the amount of curves decreases with increase of threshold association relation. When the threshold is bigger than 0.9, all association relations are filtered, which reduces curves to 0. On the contrary, when the threshold is small, the amount of curves is big, which will increase the complexity of knowledge flow network and decrease the effectiveness of learning resources recommendation service. Therefore, the optimal threshold is expected, which will also be our future work. Now, my second experiment is mainly on the effectiveness of knowledge flow-based foreign language learning. This experiment is designed to evaluate the effectiveness of knowledge flow-based foreign language learning. Generally, the planned and ordered learning is more effective than the unplanned and disordered one. We group the participants into 2 groups. One group learns with the support of knowledge flow, and the other group learns. The experimental results are shown in this figure. The results show that the experimental student groups concentrate more on knowledge level compared with those of control groups, which means that knowledge flow-based organization and service of learning resources can improve the learning efficiency in foreign language learning. The 6th part is my conclusions. There are 2 main contributions this paper just made. First one, propose a method of presenting the learning resources based on fuzzy cognitive map, which is efficient for mining the semantic relations among learning resources. Second one, propose a knowledge flow-based semantic organization structure to organize the learning resource, which can support new types of knowledge services. Our future work is to design a semantic foreign language learning approach to bring the proposed knowledge flow-based semantic organization structure into full play, so as to improve the efficiency of foreign language learning. That's the end of my presentation. Thanks.